Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's me again, Teacher Alistair. And it's a new year at New World English. It's also the beginning of our Masters 1 class. We'll do so many things this year, guys. And we'll start with our new Magic Treehouse book, number 5, Night of the Ninjas. It takes place in Japan. それで皆さん、今日はマジックツリーハウス第5の本読みましょう。Chapter 1, Back into the Woods. Let's look again, Jack, said Annie. Jack and Annie were walking home from the library. The path went right by the Frog Creek Woods. Jack sighed. We looked this morning, he said. We looked the day before, and the day before that. Then you don't have to come, said Annie. I'll go look by myself. She took off into the woods. Annie, wait, Jack called. It's almost dark. We have to get home. But Annie had disappeared into the trees. Jack stared at the woods. He was starting to lose hope. Maybe he would never see Morgan again. Weeks had passed, and there had not been one sign of Morgan Le Fay, nor had there been one sign of the Magic Tree House. Jack! Annie called from the woods. It's back! She's just pretending as usual, Jack thought, but his heart started to race. Harry! Called Annie. She better not be kidding, said Jack. He took off into the woods to find Annie. Night was falling fast. Crickets chirped loudly. It was hard to see through the shadows. Annie! Jack shouted. Here! She called. Here where? He called back. Here, here! Annie's voice came from above. Jack looked up. Oh, man, he breathed. Annie waved from the window of the treehouse. It was in the tallest oak in the woods. A long rope ladder hung down from it. The magic treehouse was back. Come on up, Annie shouted. Jack ran to the rope ladder. He started climbing. He climbed and climbed and climbed. And as he climbed, he looked out over the woods, high above the treetops. It was still light. At last, Jack pulled hard into the treehouse. Annie sat in the shadows. Books were scattered everywhere. On the floor, the letter M glowed in the dim light. The M stood for Morgan Le Fay, but there was no sign of Morgan herself. I wonder where Morgan is, said Jack. Maybe she went to the library to get some more books, said Annie. We were just at the library. We would have seen her, said Jack. Besides, the library's closed now. Squeak! A little mouse ran out from behind a stack of books. It ran to the M, shining in the floor. Yikes, said Annie. The mouse sat on the middle of the M. It looked up at Jack and Annie. Oh, it's so cute, Annie said. Jack had to admit the mouse was cute. It had brown and white fur and big dark eyes. Annie slowly reached out her hand. The mouse didn't move. Annie patted its tiny little head. Hi, Peanut, she said. Can I call you Peanut? Oh, brother, said Jack. Do you know where Morgan is? Annie asked the mouse. Squeak! You're nuts, Annie, said Jack. Just because the mouse is in the treehouse doesn't mean it's magic. It's a plain old mouse that crawled in. That's all. Jack looked around again. He saw a piece of paper on the floor. What's that? He said. What's what? Asked Annie. Jack went over and picked up the paper. There was writing on it. Oh, man, whispered Jack. after he read the words. "What is it?" said Annie. "A note," said Jack. "It must be from Morgan. I think she's in big trouble." Good job reading the chapter with me today, guys. Did you know you can scroll down and see all of the other videos, like the songs and the Quizlets for our chapter 2? I got the song right here. Yeah. And you can practice the new words on Quizlet, story questions, or even read the chapter again with me in English and Chinese. Nice. That way, every day, in every way, your English will be getting better and better. Okay, guys, remember, loving, kind, happy, and grateful. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.